Army Upgrade Channel. The U.S. Army announced the receipt of the first batch of new Precision Strike Missile (PRSM) missiles in the first production run of Increment 1 early operational capability. Lockheed Martin's high-precision, shorter-range PRSM missiles are intended to replace the U.S. Army's current ATACMS tactical missiles. The PRSM missile is launched from modified launchers of the M142 HIMARS and M270A2 MLRS ground-based missile systems. But, unlike ATACMS, the M270A2 MLRS launcher is to carry 4 PRSM missiles instead of 2 ATACMS, and the M142 HIMARS launcher is to carry 2 PRSM missiles instead of 1 ATACMS. The PRSM missile has an officially stated range of 499 kilometers, although its actual range is estimated to be at least 550 kilometers, and more likely up to 700 to 800 kilometers. Presumably, the solid-fueled PRSM missile is 4 meters long, has a body diameter of 430 millimeters, and carries a 91-kilogram warhead, possibly borrowed from the GMLRS missile. The guidance system in the first Increment 1 version is inertial satellite-based. However, from 2020, the next version of the PRSM Increment 2 missile is being developed for a combined multi-channel homing head under the Land-Based Anti-Ship Missile (LBASM) program, which will make it possible to hit moving targets, primarily sea targets, as well as air defense systems. The Precision Strike Missile (PRSM) program has been underway by the U.S. Army since 2016, envisioning the development of a new generation precision missile with an official initially announced range of up to 499 kilometers to replace the existing Lockheed Martin MGM-140 ATACMS family of U.S. operational tactical missiles. The development of the PRSM was competitively bid by Lockheed Martin and Raytheon corporations under contracts worth about $116 million each, awarded by the U.S. Army in June 2017. Lockheed Martin later remained the sole prime contractor for the program. PRSM qualification testing was successfully conducted in November 2023 at White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico. The U.S. Army now anticipates achieving initial combat readiness of the PRSM Increment 1 missiles, now beginning delivery in 2025, and in 2027 begin receiving a modified version of the Increment 2 missile with the capability to engage moving maritime targets and ground-based air defense systems. In a subsequent variant of PRSM Increment 3, the possibility of adding warheads of increased kill capability is being considered. As for the PRSM Increment 4, also referred to as Long-Range Maneuverable Fires (LRMF) variant under development, which could be ready even earlier than Increment 3, the U.S. Army is considering a new missile form factor, possibly with a new propulsion system to engage targets at ranges greater than 1,000 kilometers. The U.S. defense budget for fiscal year 2024 includes the procurement of 110 PRSM Increment 1 missiles and authorizes multi-year package contracts for a total of 1,100 missiles. In addition, the U.S. Department of the Army is required to submit a plan to accelerate production to a rate of 400 missiles per year as soon as possible. Also, $5 million is allocated for the development of maneuvering submunitions for the PRSM, apparently the Increment 3 version. Today we will look at the Chinese J-35 fifth-generation carrier-based fighter. Its first flight took place in Shenyang. The fifth-generation stealth aircraft is based on the prototype FC-31 fighter. According to unofficial reports, after being added to the PLA Navy's fleet, the new deck fighter should receive the designation J-35. The possible start of trials of this new product was announced at the Airshow China 2021 in Zhuhai. The FC-31 fighter is an alternative design of the Chinese fifth-generation fighter over the commercially produced J-20 fighter adopted by PLAF. At that, FC-31 is positioned as a lighter and smaller aircraft, though it is also a twin-engine model. A total of 2 slightly different FC-31 prototypes have allegedly been built to date, with the first having begun flying as early as 2012 and the second beginning in 2016. Both FC-31 flight prototypes were equipped with Russian RD-93 engines. Earlier, the Chinese media published articles about the creation of a deck variant of the FC-31. The type of engines now installed on the first deck fighter prototype is not yet clear. The deck version is supposedly intended to be based on prospective Chinese aircraft carriers with catapult launch. The presumed composition of the aviation group of advanced Chinese aircraft carriers, an upgraded J-15 deck fighter, a J-35 deck plane, a J-15D electronic warfare plane, a KJ-600 airborne early warning aircraft, and a GJ-11 deck version of the Sharp Sword reconnaissance and strike UAV. Satellite images from the Xi'an Aircraft Industrial Corporation factory in Xi'an, China, show two prototypes of KJ-600 surface-to-air missile defense and control aircraft at the Air Company's flight testing station. They are to join the air groups of Chinese advanced aircraft carriers and also new heavy military transport aircraft Xi'an Y-20 with Chinese engines WS-20, which have started to replace engines D-30KP-2 of Russian production. Earlier it was also reported about the first flight of the deck version of the Chinese combat trainer JL-9G. See all about the secret technology of the U.S. Air Force B-21 Raider stealth bomber at the end of the video at the link. Today we look at the Abrams X. The U.S. company General Dynamics Land Systems has unveiled a concept for the new Abrams X main battle tank, based on the popular M1 Abrams tank. The Abrams X main tank is a bridge between the previous M1A2 SEP vs. .3 and SEP vs. .4 modifications and the future prospective tank. The main distinguishing feature of the Abrams X is its new hybrid diesel-electric propulsion system, which reduces fuel consumption by 50% compared to the M1A2 Abrams with unknown features of the new engine. The tank is equipped with a redesigned unmanned turret with a special shape to reduce radar visibility and several advanced electro-optical sights, including 2 panoramic sights for the commander and gunner. It is also stated that the combat weight of the new tank is lower than that of the M1A2. The commander and gunner are in a fighting position in the tank hull under the turret. The tank is equipped with a 120mm smoothbore tank gun based on the prototype XM360 gun with muzzle brake and a remotely controlled turret roof combat module with an M230 automatic cannon capable of engaging UAVs and overhead anti-tank guided missiles. The Abrams X also has an upgraded version of the Rafael Trujillo active defense system and an electronic optical suppression system. In addition, the tank is equipped with the new generation electronic architecture KATALYST NGEA and a set of cameras providing all-around visibility based on the transparent armor principle. Everything about the secret technology of the B-21 Raider stealth bomber is seen at the end of the video at the link. See you on Army Upgrade.